We're driving to our next campground, and we're having to go on a pretty primitive road. We had reached as high as 3,300 feet on this road. The lady that owns this park that we're going to told Brooke that her mother drives down this road with a 40-foot RV pulling a Dodge Durango. So I think we'll be fine with our 30-foot RV. We dropped about 1,400 feet in a little over a couple miles. This is Will Buchanan reporting for the Walk for Liberty. Today is June 7th, 2008, day 55. Ah, for the heady boom days of 1900. I guess here's the population of 2. We've been walking through a very expansive wind farm. I've talked to several people in the surrounding towns where we've had our RV parked, and they seem to be sharply divided on the issue. They're either for the windmills or against them. There's nothing wrong with not liking something and being against it. You might think it's an eyesore, or too noisy, or just not like it for whatever reason. The question, though, is what you do with that dislike. Unfortunately, many people seem to equate being against something with thinking that the government should do something about it. They think, I don't like XYZ, so therefore the government should either ban it, or at the very least severely restrict it. The problem is, these people haven't really thought that argument through to its logical conclusion. If you say you want the government to ban or restrict something, then what you're really saying is you want the government to infringe upon someone's person, their private property, or their voluntary interactions with others. If someone is not free to do what they want with their own property, or to live their life as they see fit, do they really own that property, and are they truly a free person? The problem with advocating government restrictions, though, is that the tables could easily be turned on you. You might have your people in power and have the laws in place that you advocate. But what if somebody else gets the reins of government's force? For example, let's say you like to skydive, or that you want to put a windmill on your property. And that someone who is in control of government decides that skydiving is too dangerous for you, or that windmills are ugly. Shouldn't you be able to do those things with your own body, or with your own private property if you want to? After all, your body is not a community body, and your property is not community property. So why should others get a say in what you do with your own body or your own private property? However, if you want to secure those freedoms for yourself, you must also be willing to grant those freedoms to everyone else, that they may be able to do as they wish with their own body or their own private property. Sharp curves, steep grades, loose gravel for 2 miles. Say that 9 times fast. Those purple flowers look like some kind of weird skin rash on the hill. But they're just purple flowers after all. Brooke decided to stop for the day and wait for John to get here. That was a pretty steep mountain grade. I went up over 700 feet in about 1.5 miles. I'm on a pretty high vista where I can see a lot of the windmills from here. I'm sure there's still some that I can't see, but just now when I counted, I was able to count 149 windmills. A windmill construction worker that had stopped yesterday while I was walking asked me, why was I on these back roads? Why wasn't I taking the main roads? One good reason is just for the experience. How many people actually get to see the things we saw just today? There's really no comparison to even walking on a paved 2-lane highway. I walked 10.77 miles today. And here's my GPS position. This is Will Buchanan for blog.walkforliberty.com, signing off.